Right side, Porzingis. Pulls from the top of the key. And that's good for 2. Porzingis has got 7 points in the game.
Offensively, there's few things on the court Porzingis can't do. He can use his length, strength, or both.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin, the Thunder are young, but they figured out how to win. Defensive ace Lou Dort talked about their chemistry. He said nobody cries about shot selection or anything like that. We know what each player can do. We just really want to see the team win and succeed. Kevin, you see that in your play.
Don't you, David? Every single game. Pulling in the right direction. Pass to Holmgren. No good on the triple.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency. Across the board, the numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
Holmgren with it. We've got 1:28 left to play in the first half. It's good from long range. Caruso's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Pass to Brown. Back to Tatum. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
A 3 of his own for Tatum. That is how you respond.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Holmgren. Porzingis with the rebound. Tipped away. Here's Tatum. And Tatum hammers it home.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Williams. And a wide-open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. No good with the wing jumper.
That was a good look from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back.
On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. For 3, Holmgren. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Celtics out in front as they end the second quarter with a huge surge. An 18-7 run. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. On the wing, Brown. Back to Tatum. Oh, what strength and power from Tatum.
And it's going to take more than that to stop Tatum, a wing who can score in so many different ways.
The kick out to Williams. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. 6 points for Williams. The Celtics with the lead. Holiday attacking. Right side Tatum. Thunder with the rebound.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
The kick out to Brown. Lets it go with the 3. He can't get that one. Now Williams. He's got 6. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half for the lead. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Greg, you know this. Good coaches give their players confidence. But what's the balance there between affirmation and accountability?
Well, when you believe in a player, that also comes with expectations. So a coach has to boost them up and also demand that they deliver.
Well, they had a chance for the lead right there, but we're all evened up.
A solid outside game. Holiday has good lift on his J, and at 6'4", he can get his shot off against just about anybody.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Williams. 6 to shoot. Inside. And stolen by Horford. Here's Brown. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Williams.
Jaylen Brown proven to be a tough customer.
And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
Back to Hartenstein. Good work defensively by Horford.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Outside, White. Pass to Horford. Busted. No good that time either. Thunder trailing by 5. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Williams. 4 on the clock. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Pass to Tatum. Williams with the steal. Here's Dort. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Dort's got 6 points.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Here's Hauser. Clock at 6. From past the arc. Kept alive. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Horford. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Screen by Hartenstein. Pass to Caruso. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
Going to the rack with energy in the D, afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
And the basket by Hauser.
Yeah, even when Tatum isn't the shooter, he's dangerous. He can set others up to finish the job.
Basket good. Williams has got 5 points in the quarter. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Here's Horford. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And how about the poise there by Horford? Lets the defender make the mistake, and now he's headed to the line.
The first one falls. Both teams will make substitutions. And Al Horford drops them both.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He wants to talk to his guys.
Substitution on the court.
35 seconds left here in the third quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander deciding where to go with it. Over in the corner, Dort. Off target from three-point range. And so White will bring it up for Boston. It's a three-point game. Craig sets a screen. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Keep getting it to this man. I mean, once Porzingis catches fire, there is no putting that out.
Chalk up two there. Dort's got 8.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Here's Hauser. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Celtics lead by 3.
The Thunder, 38.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Thunder trailing by 3. Pass to Caruso. Misses the 3.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving.
Holiday with it. Brown feeling it out a bit. 5 to shoot. And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks, guys. Listened in on what Joe Mazzulla told his team. Now he wants his team to stop playing it safe. He said, we've got this lead by doing what we do, and we can keep it if we don't get too cautious. Play our game. Kevin?
All right, thank you, David. Thunder trailing by 3. It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive.
Strong take by SGA. 6'6" with point guard skills. What a nightmare matchup he is.
Craig, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. The people in the know how good of a defender he is.
White. And the 3 off target. To the inside. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Pass to Tatum. Inside, Tatum!
Excellent job finishing on the inside. Tatum doesn't fear going in amongst the trees.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. Down low. Holmgren. He doesn't hit that one. Nice D from Porzingis. To the middle. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. At the top of the key, Williams. They set the pick. Outside, Dort. Back to Williams. 6 to shoot. Oklahoma City moving it around. Dort with the ball. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Nice D from Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Really unacceptable letting Porzingis get that kind of positioning. Once he's established, it's over.
Over in the corner, Dort. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they the big shot.
Holmgren with the steal. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. To take the lead, he lays it in. And the Thunder lead by 1. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
Well, all you can ask for is you guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
Neither team here in the fourth generating a lot of separation.
Yeah, it's been a close one. 5 times the lead has switched hands thus far.
And the shot is good. And that's now 19 points for Chet Holmgren.
Unflappable. I mean, no moment is too big for Holmgren. They needed that basket.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Porzingis. Rebound by Williams.
Well, when they're playing off you, you have to make them pay. And he couldn't.
Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
That could be costly. When the game is hanging in the balance, the last thing you can afford is to turn it over.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. You can't make it that obvious.
Outside Williams. Pass to Holmgren. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. And it's a 3-point Thunder lead.
Oh, staying cool in a clutch moment. Holmgren not letting his inexperience get the best of him.
Outside Holiday. Outside Tatum. It's stolen by Dort. Here's Caruso. Money!
And what a huge sequence that could be.
Wow, a play that might come to define this game.
That might be the play of the game.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Driving in, pass to Dort. And it's out of bounds and last touch by Holmgren.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
There's Brown with the 3. And Holmgren pulls it down. And Williams, here we go. And Williams with the stuff. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They see the Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Boston Celtics. Sit back and enjoy this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And we're pleased to have on the sidelines tonight, David Aldridge. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust.
Everyone, come on, make some noise.
Porzingis looking it over. Outside Tatum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Porzingis can't hit.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And when Porzingis goes to work inside, Doris, there are not a lot of answers for his size.
We know, Kevin, obviously, that post-ups become less and less a part of the game, but still an important one opportunistically. And you talk about efficiency in the post, that is Kristaps Porzingis. But not only that, the mid-range game is there, the three-point game is there, and the defense is there.
Boston's shooting their first free throw of the game here.
And you watch Jason Tatum. Year to year, he is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. One thing, Doris, that should attract a lot of attention in this game, that matchup at the guard position. That is going to be special.
Well, that's the point of attack on both ends of the floor, and it's always fun to see skilled and capable guards duel it out. It is like watching a great chess match.
Now Brown, after the missed three from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. On left to the wing. Here's Porzingis. There's the triple. Tatum's shot is off. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Good work there as it goes.
And once Holmgren gets the ball in there, he can finish in so many ways.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. We talked about the matchup problems that Chet Holmgren presents. He said defensively, Chet can warp the inside of the paint. And at the other end, he's going to drag his matchup out to the three-point line. That's what makes this 7-footer such a special player. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks. It's good from long range.
Well, that's an opportunistic three-point shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He liked the look of it.
It's safe to say Jason Tatum is a bona fide superstar.
He certainly is, Kevin, and really been a big-time star from the time he was 23 years old. Lots of pressure on this young player, but Jason's not only embraced it, he's thrived under it.
Now Holmgren following the Porzingis miss from deep.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Brown outside. Pass to Holiday. It's tipped. It's stolen by Dort. And that one's good, Caruso.
Well, pretty pass from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. This guy can score it, but make sure you're lifting up the guys around you.
Now White got a piece of it. Tatum drives in. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Outside, Dort. On the wing, Williams. And it's slammed in by Williams.
Oh, nice job there from Holmgren. His guys appreciate when they're open, he gets them the ball.
Pass to Porzingis. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Porzingis has got 5.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
To the paint. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. Now, here's Holmgren. Basket counts. He has 6.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can score it, so you have to respect it. That sets up his passing game. What a pretty delivery.
Now, here's Porzingis. 5 points in the game. Williams with the steal. Pass to Dort. Stolen by Tatum. To the inside. Porzingis. And he drops in the layup off the glass. That's 7 points for Porzingis.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder bringing the quarter to a
19.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. What do you guys think about the Thunder here in this one?
They just came into this game with the mindset of sharing the basketball.
When you keep everyone involved at the offensive end, it keeps everyone engaged in other areas as well.
really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. Maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys.
For your Celtics entertainment.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Chet Holmgren has a slender frame, but he's determined to still protect the rim. Coach Daigneault said he'll get dunked on 10 straight times if that's what the game calls for. He paused and then added, he won't actually get dunked on 10 straight times. He's going to get a couple of those, too. Kevin certainly will.
I agree. David, he is fearless. So it's Boston now, after Oklahoma City gets the three. Just 4 to shoot. The three from Tatum. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Well, DB, it didn't take long, did it, for Holmgren to live up to his draft status?
Holmgren, Kevin, was an immediate impact player on both ends of the floor. At his size, to be able to shoot with range and the rim protection he provides, it was absolutely worth the wait for his team. This young man has got a toughness that has shocked even me.
And it's Brown missing.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Pass to Caruso. His three-pointers off the mark. Celtics trailed by 12. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Holmgren. Greg, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
Now, here's Holmgren. 11 points in the game. Count that one for Dort.
Boy, tremendous job having hands ready, feet prepared, catch and shoot opportunity for Lou Dort is good.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And here is Dort following Porzingis' three. Here's Holmgren. The rebound by Jason Tatum. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Over in the corner, White. Back to Porzingis. Shoots over Holmgren. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis has got it back down to single digits for Boston. And Caruso's got the ball here for the Thunder. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And he drives in. Here's Dort. Offline with his three.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Porzingis with the ball. Dort covering. Brown wide open. He fires. Off target from outside. Oklahoma City leading by 8. Doors, do you think the Oklahoma City Thunder has the best young core in the NBA?
Well, they are absolutely loaded with talent, Kevin. Not only that, they fit together. Now they've got a perennial MVP because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has inserted himself into the best player in the game conversation and a rising star in Chet Holmgren. Look out.
Here's Brown after the made shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 on the shot clock. The wide open look here for Porzingis. Good on the triple. Porzingis has got 17 now.
You get the sense his teammates recognize Kristaps Porzingis is in rhythm. Let's keep feeding him.
Caruso, no good. Back to Tatum. Out to White. to Tatum. The three from Porzingis. Caruso grabs the miss. The Thunder lead by 7. George. Some solid defense from Brown. Here's the Celtics with the ball. Inside. And stolen by Williams. To the middle. Caruso. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Back to Porzingis. Holiday with the three. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. Back to the action in just a minute. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. The Thunder with the lead. And we all hear talk about Jrue Holiday's defense. But you know, Doris, he is much more than that. You've said it countless times.
Kevin, this is a guy who's a tremendous rebounder for a guard, a very willing playmaker. He can carry a scoring burden if you need him to, but he's also willing to take a very limited number of shots. It's all about the team with him.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it after Jaylen Brown's miss. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit. That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Now here is Holiday. No scoring in this one. Caruso with the steal. With the drive. Hartenstein with it. And it's Horford picking him up. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Doris, some great shooters on this Boston team, but at times, don't you think they settle from the perimeter?
Well, Kevin, obviously, this is a coaching staff that puts a heavy emphasis on three-point shooting. They led the league in makes, they led the league in attempts. But obviously, your two best players, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, with their size and athleticism and driving ability, you want to try to find the right balance. They do a great job of that.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Brown outside. Clock at 6. Nice ball movement by Boston. Outside Holiday.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Celtics can beat you in a number of ways. Point guard Jrue Holiday said, we can play small and big. We have great bench players who come in and change the game at any time and could start on other teams. And we have a hunger. Kevin, they're going to be a problem for a long time.
Agreed. Yeah, they are stacked, DA, for sure.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Pass to Horford. On the wing, Holiday. From deep. Busted. No good that time either. Oklahoma City leading by 13. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. Sinks the triple. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8.
Yeah, that high-value three. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I'll take that one. All by himself, trying to step up. He's got to be frustrated with the miss.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Six to shoot. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Caruso, no good. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Hartenstein with it. Now guarded by Tatum. Here's Caruso. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
The free throw drops for Caruso. Well, the ascension of Jalen Williams-Doris has been swift and very fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely, Kevin. He became very quickly in his second season a number 2 option and, frankly, borderline 1A option. And it's not just his offensive game, Kevin. This guy has become a stout defender. He's got the perfect NBA frame, and he fits in personality-wise.
And the Thunder with possession. 9 points in a row. Good run for him right now. Stolen by Tatum. .132 left in the third. Screen by Porzingis. Shoots over Dort. Thunder with the rebound.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Down low. Pass to Caruso. A three-pointer, no good. Celtics trail by 18. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, you like the level of aggression right there from Jason Tatum. Committed to scoring on the interior and draws the contact.
And the way the Celtics can attack teams, Doris, with their 5-out set, it's impossible to fully defend it.
Kevin, there is so much space on the floor because they have shooters at every single position and guys who balance that shooting with an ability to get off the dribble drive. This is as good an offense as we've seen.
Guys, this is what you call a generational talent. Holmgren is bound to fill up the highlight reel every night he plays.
The shot. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On the sidelines, it's David Aldridge. And stolen by Barnes. Stolen by Durant. Pass to Booker. Back to Durant. In the corner, Bull with it. From outside, off the mark.
Well, defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Well, some have argued that Wembanyama deserved Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
And, Kevin, I can see where they're coming from. His team went from a bottom 5 defense to a top 5 defense when he was on the floor. His impact is amazing.
And always hovering around the 50, 40, 90 mark, Kevin Durant is both prolific and, Greg, efficient.
And, Kevin, you want to talk about guys in this league who make winning plays time and time again? KD is right at the top of that list.
And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Here's San Antonio now. In the corner, it's Wembanyama. To the left side wing. And Fox has it in the corner. 6 to shoot. And Bull pulls it down. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I caught up with Greg Popovich. Now, I talked to him about the challenge of trying to stop Kevin Durant. Coach said it's about not letting him get into a rhythm. I told the guys they need to focus on staying in front of him and trying to contest everything. Easier said than done, but we'll see if they can even make things difficult for KD. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks.
That's just too easy for Ball. Once he gets the right position, his focus there is on the finish.
And the Spurs winning the 2023 lottery, Stan, adding the terrific Victor Wembanyama. A franchise changer, it appears.
Yeah, Kevin, the hardest thing, and you need a lot of luck to do it, is to get that guy. The guy you can build everything around. There aren't enough of them to go around. Victor Wembanyama is a guy you can build a championship franchise around, multi-skilled at his size. This guy's going to be a fixture in this league for a long time.
Here's Beal following the bucket by the Spurs. Outside, KD. Booker with no one around. Off target from outside. For the Spurs with the ball. Here's Fox. No good on the shot. O'Neal with the defensive effort. Pass to Beal. Up top, Durant. Back to Beal. KD looking around. Screen by O'Neal. The Suns need to get a shot off. Bull, that's good.
And you can't forget about Bull's range. After all, big men like him are expected to take the three in today's game.
Here's Wembanyama. Puts up a three. Drills the three-pointer. Wembanyama's got 5 now.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Now, here's Bull. 5 points in the game. Durant, that's good. Durant's got his second basket of the game.
Anytime KD gets that look, it's a great possession for this team.
Wembanyama, that's for 2. Rebound by the Suns.
Well, if you give him that shot again, I'm willing to bet he nails it, especially with that lack of defensive effort.
Back to O'Neal. In the corner, Bull with it. Out to KD. From outside the arc. Wow, drew the contact, and that three almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Second team foul.
Harrison Barnes picks one up. And with this score of the Suns, Greg, you never know who is going to initiate the offense for them.
And that can cause problems at times, Kevin. Can run you into issues keeping the ball moving. Turnovers can be their Achilles heel as well.
Now, here's Fox. And there's the call on Devin Booker. That's his first foul.
I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
They double-team Wembanyama. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Clock at 6. San Antonio needs to get out the shot here. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
And this is what you want to see. Wembanyama attacking with authority inside.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Durant with a wide open look. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. KD's got 10.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
And Fox gets it to go.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Dunn left side. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. Phoenix ahead. They lead by 3.
The Suns. 17.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Suns?
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And stolen by Barnes. In transition, here come the Spurs. And that one's good, Champagnie.
Well, he saw the defender back, and he got the look he liked from 3 and capitalized.
Here's KD. Muscling it in, Kevin Durant. Stan, we have so many great players in this NBA. I mean, every night, from top to bottom, each roster, there are so many great players. But in your opinion, who is the toughest to game plan against?
Wow, that is a tough question because there's so many of them where there's no good answers. Let's take Jokic, for example. If you play him one-on-one, he's going to score virtually every time. If you come in, double-team him, send the second defender, he's going to make the right pass all the time. There's no way to absolutely stop him. You just do the best you can to limit their team.
The great ones always have answers, don't they, Stan?
If they didn't, Kevin, they wouldn't be the great ones.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. You asked Greg Popovich about Victor Wembanyama, and he says Victor's a different player. He's got talent, so you don't want to take that out of him. I tried to do that with Manu Ginobili, and I learned my lesson. Just shut up and let him play. Victor does some amazing things. His game is all-encompassing. Kevin?
That's a great way to put it, D.A. It is all-encompassing. Wembanyama is one of one. Hey, thank you for the report.
And boy, Wembanyama has every shot in the bag. How about the touch there?
All right, Stan, let's put that coaching hat back on you. How in the world would you game plan for a player like Victor Wembanyama?
Well, that's a great question, Kevin, and there are no great answers because he's so good. I think when you're guarding him, you want to be as physical as you can and keep him as far away from the basket as possible to negate his length. Defensively, or when you're on offense, his defense, I think you want to use his instincts to block shots against him, take the ball at him, draw him, and get the ball to open people.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, but if it were that good, it would work more often against a guy that good.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Wembanyama with it. Now Bol defending. 17-foot shot on the way. And it's San Antonio with another.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
Back to KD. And that's a foul called on Bol. That is his first foul of the game.
You want your team to be aggressive on the glass, but he was a little too zealous for that rebound.
Yeah, but I don't mind a guy battling down low. Let him know there's not going to be any easy rebounds.
And for De'Aaron Fox, his three-point shooting, Greg, has come a long way.
In his rookie season, he only shot 30% on 2 attempts per game. But his volume and efficiency have both gone way up, and it's made him much more dangerous offensively.
Pass to Bol. Allen outside. To the paint. Shoots it. Durant. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama.
And just using that length to his full advantage. Durant draws the foul, and we know what usually happens when he steps to the line.
Wembanyama outside. And Wembanyama with the flush.
Watch out. Wembanyama hammering that one home.
Outside, KD. Lets it go with the three. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Spurs trail by 5. Pass to Wembanyama. Fires the three. The size, the shooting touch. Wembanyama is unreal.
And when Wembanyama is connecting from deep, he is downright unguardable. This is how special a talent he is.
There's 37 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Back to Bol. Now Durant. 16 points for him. Pass to Castle. Barnes with it. Bol covering. To the inside. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
He's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Buries the long-range jumper.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Suns lead by 3. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Spurs trail by 3. Greg in the process to bring in all their stars. The Suns don't have a lot of ways to add players in the near future.
Yeah, they don't control their draft picks for the next few years. That was part of the price for Beal and Durant. They'll have to be very shrewd to add rotation pieces to help them win.
And timeout is called by Mike Budenholzer. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. On defense, the Suns. 3-point lead. Here's Champagnie. Misses the three. And Phoenix has possession. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks very much, Kevin. And another Kevin Durant, is the most decorated member of the Suns star trio. KD says, I believe in this team and we believe in one another. I like our chemistry. Not just the three of us, but our whole team. Our coaching staff is doing a great job. I'm not promising anything, but I like our chances against anybody. Kevin, they certainly have the talent.
David, indeed they do. GA, when we think about Devin Booker's scoring ability, he always has been ahead of the curve.
The youngest player ever to score 70 in a game, amongst the youngest to get to 10,000 points. Booker is on a historic scoring pace.
Barnes can't get it to go.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Left side, KD. And the rejection by Wembanyama. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Here's Fox. He's got 5, and he converts the layup. Fox has got 7 points.
And he gives up pounds to a lot of guys defending him, but that has never kept Fox from being in attack mode.
Kicks it out to Allen. O'Neal on the wing. Phoenix no good that time either. Spurs trail by 5. Fox looking it over. To the middle. Here's Barnes. Shot clock at 2. And a wide open look for Wembanyama. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes.
And I like when Wembanyama is aggressive on offense because defenses feel helpless to stop him.
Booker draws the double. Pass to Beal. Got a piece of it. And so it looks like the Suns will retain possession here.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Stan, you've been on the bench in the NBA for many decades. What were some of your biggest pet peeves as a coach?
Oh, my gosh, Kevin, that would be a long list. But the 2 biggest would be this. I think, number 1, anytime there was a lack of effort, you're not running back on defense, things like that. That I had a hard time tolerating. And then mental breakdowns, things we had prepared for over and over and over again. And then guys just zone out and forget what they're supposed to do. Those were things that were hard to tolerate.
Especially when you would take such care in preparing them in every way. It's got to be just excruciating.
Frustrating as heck.
And that's where De'Aaron Fox thrives. He wants to get inside and finish at the rim.
And the Suns miss again. San Antonio with the ball. 9 points in a row. Good run for him right now. Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. And it's Fox with the jam.
And Fox has got great leaping ability, and he likes to get up off the ground there for the flush.
Outside, O'Neal. Allen outside. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Pass to Durant. Back to O'Neal. Second chance shot. And it's Durant missing. Spurs leading by 4. Fox goes in. And here is Barnes. Here's Champagnie. Inside. Here's Wembanyama. And Wembanyama throws it down.
Oh, great decision there. Get it to Wembanyama and let Victor finish as the roller.
And with that basket, he puts a stop to the 13-0 run there by San Antonio.
Outside for Wembanyama. No good on the triple. Suns trail by 4.
Got to run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yeah, unless it's a gimme, there's no reason to put up an early shot here.
And this is how you convert in transition. Booker running the floor well and being rewarded for it.
And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Several teams changing it up here. And timeout is called by Mike Budenholzer. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. We got a timeout from Greg Popovich. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. San Antonio making a switch here.
Timeout.
And timeout is called by Mike Budenholzer. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. And timeout is called by Mike Budenholzer. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. He wants to talk to his guys.
And coach is looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Well, that's the job, right? Your duty as a coach is to finesse your lineups so your guys get the best chance to succeed.
Outside, Fox. Done with some nice D.
You got to finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
And as we conclude the third quarter,
The seventh, 44.
well, what a terrific game it's been so far with this fourth quarter. Sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Beal deciding where to go with it. The score now all even.
And one of the league's most gifted scorers, Beal relishes any chance he gets to finish while getting fouled.
And that one misses. And once again, coach, the storied San Antonio franchise is on the upswing.
It sure is, Kevin. Look, they've got a Hall of Fame coach and a potential Hall of Fame centerpiece to build a team around. They've got great talent evaluators in the front office. You can't ask for a better recipe for success.
Pass to Durant. Durant soaring in for the deuce.
Nothing to see here, folks. Just another tremendous scoring night from Durant.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And timeout is called by Mike Budenholzer. He has decided it's the right time to talk. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team during the break. Coach was really hyping up his guys. He told them, this is what it's all about, fellas. You're in this spot for a reason. Go out and take this win. See if they can follow those instructions.
Thank you, David. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Phoenix.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
There's a good screen. Here's Durant. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Outside, Beal. A kick out to O'Neal. And a miss there on the triple.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Wembanyama, a screen. The three connects from three-point range. Wembanyama's got 5 points now this quarter. Guys, what a game. 8 lead changes here.
And don't be surprised if it comes down to the last possession.
And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Timeout.
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the three.
And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It's on Kevin Durant.
Maybe the most hyped teenager since LeBron James. Wembanyama is the poster child for upside.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Screen by Bol. And again, it's the Suns missing. Spurs leading by 3. Pass to Wembanyama. San Antonio again missing. They need this. And KD, here we go. And he lays it up and in.
But when you need a bucket, he's your guy.
There's the pick. Barnes outside. And Wembanyama up top. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Wembanyama throws it down.
So fluid off the bounce. Wembanyama.
Pass to Bol. Fires from deep. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. The layup off target. Suns trail by 3. High post, KD. Using his length inside. Durant.
An awesome distributor. Booker's floor awareness and understanding of when to dish it is a real weapon.
In the corner, it's Wembanyama. Pass to Bol. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Here's Bol. That's good, and it's KD with the assist. 7 points for Bol.
Showing he can step up when the team needs him. Bol there with a big basket.
Barnes with it. Going inside. A 3 from Wembanyama. Nails the triple.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
And anytime you're on the road and you can answer with the 3 right back and take the lead, that is what we call being beyond clutch.
There's 37 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Wembanyama. They're on cloud nine.
That was a huge lift for this crowd.
Out left to the wing. Suns moving the ball around.
And Durant has been in these moments before, welcoming any opportunity to knock down a big shot.
Bucks. Money.
And they got a foul to give here if they need it.
Outside Durant. Booker outside. Screen by Durant.
Well, they have to be thrilled with how reliable he's been tonight.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Guys, what's your take on how they maximize their opportunities now?
And they've got enough time left to get a good look. It's got to be quick, but it doesn't have to be a heave. You can still catch, turn, and shoot. They've got one shot at it here, obviously. It's a make-or-break situation.
Now off the inbound. Money!
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
For the win. And so it's San Antonio who's straight by with the win. That was a fun night of basketball. Fabulous.